relation to Kai. The fellow who killed Hemi Goodwin-Burke was jailed for 18 months, and her family, the toddler's family, is quite distressed. They say that your department has pretty much dismissed their request to you personally for an appeal of that 18-month conviction.
Well, in relation to this issue, look, we know in these instances it's a tragic, absolutely tragic event, and I know that the family are absolutely hurting. As far as what charges the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution progress, that is a decision by DPP with all of the facts before them. It shouldn't be for an Attorney General to seek to interfere with what charges should be taken before the court, when it is the Director of Public Prosecution who is in the best position to know all of the facts and circumstances, the evidence that's available, to determine the likely success or otherwise of progressing those charges. That is generally done in consultation with the family, as I understood was done on this particular occasion. I know that from time to time people will be disappointed in sentencing ranges and all of those sorts of things, but we do need to look at all of the facts behind each individual case. It's why we re-established the Sentence Advisory Council to get communities' feedback on sentencing, to get better research around sentencing out of our courts, and to get some information to government in relation to those areas where, if the legislation itself or decisions of courts don't accurately reflect what communities' expectations are, that can form part of future policy decisions and changes in legislation. But when it comes to each and individual case, it's not appropriate for me to comment on that particular case, other than to say these are matters that are considered by the Director of Public Prosecution. They are done in consultation with the family. I know the outcomes won't always be what the family wants. In this particular case, as I understand, the person was sentenced to 8.5 years. 8.5 years prison with parole after about 4 years. So the fact is it's not 18 months, and sometimes we get that reporting of, you know, they've only got 18 months to serve. As I understand, this person has already been in prison for more than 800 days. They've already served over 2 years, and they have an additional 2 years before they can even apply for parole, which they may or may not get. So it's an 8.5 year head sentence. And I, you know, as I say, I understand the grief of the family, but it is not appropriate for me to seek to override a decision of the Director of Public Prosecution when it comes to the facts and circumstances of a case and what they believe they're likely to get the most successful conviction on. And that is so important, a successful conviction. That's what we want from any of these matters.
As you rightly said, there's a lot of emotion here, and you obviously have alluded to that. The parents were saying that when they did approach your office, that they received quite a blanket letter that was, in their words, heartless, and didn't really take into account that emotion, and their request was simply dismissed. Do you think it's fair that maybe looking at this case more from a lesson learned as far as the communication between, as you said, very, very heightened emotional cases?
Look, I understand that, and you know, we're always learning. We can always learn more about how we communicate with people. It's very hard to put that emotion into correspondence, and I always in my correspondence, you know, in these difficult circumstances, convey my sympathy to the family. But I also have to put the facts, and no matter how much emotion you put in that correspondence, when the outcome that you're spelling out is not the outcome that families want or asking for, they're going to be disappointed in that. And it's not an easy job, but it's something that, you know, that's what I do, that's my job, and at the end of the day, you know, I will do the job based on the best advice I've got, and you know, certainly willing to take that advice on board, and if I can do my job better, I will.
Okay, we need to get the attorney back in.
Thanks.
Thank you.